everybody. Welcome back to another episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear, and then we discuss it over some chamomile tea. I'm your boy, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, by the Queen of Christmas, Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back, girl. Welcome back. Ooga.
Hello.
you seemed
I'm always
very unimpressed.
My voice is just always going in and out this time of year. I'm just like, ugh, I'm here.
I feel like we're in our third week, and you still seem to have this raspy cough and Marge Simpson voice going on.
I mean, it's that time of year. It just like doesn't go away. Especially when you work with kids and they're just like, let me cough in your face 5 times today.
At all times of the day and night. Yeah, it's just constant. It's just a constant flux of germs heading your way, just waiting to get you sick. Just in time for the holidays. Home for the holidays. Yep. A little holiday punch, so to say.
Something like that.
Yeah, so welcome back to the Holly Jolly Jamboree. This is our second installment, I believe.
It is. I'm so proud of you.
Second week in a row, I remembered the name of the the string of episodes in which we talk about Christmas-themed things, and we're doing another one that you suggested. You just threw this off at me, and I said, sure, why not?
You're like, okay.
Okay, yeah. Have we done the Drew Carey show before?
I don't think
I want to say yes.
I mean, I feel like we've talked about it, but until recently, it was not easy to find.
I feel like we watched something on Daily Motion once. It might have been on the Namely. Was it our podcast or was it the Namely 90s podcast? And was it a Christmas episode?
Namely 90s.
But it would have been a Christmas episode, right? I feel like they were at a beach house or something. Does that seem...
Oh, yeah. No, Kate and Drew, they had that, like, contest for work. And, like, he won, like, a trip or something, and it was at Christmas time.
Yeah, they stayed somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to say they were at a beach. Were they at a beach?
Yeah, it was like a tropical location.
Yeah, they went away. It was somewhere nice. There was palm trees, hula dancers, maybe. But it could have been for our podcast. It could have been for theirs. I don't know, but we did it. We've talked about it at least once, but I think we've done another episode though. I don't know. I feel as we had.
I don't know.
I don't know, and I didn't do any. I'm waiting for you to correct me because I hear you tapping away at a keyboard right now.
Yeah, no, I don't have a Drew Carey episode coming up in our archives. So it must have been the Namely 90s.
Okay. All right. But we've definitely talked about the show multiple times because, as you said, it wasn't available due to music rights for a while.
Yeah, that was a big thing that kept it from being available was the music rights because they use a lot of music.
So did they cut out the music?
No, I think they just finally got a deal to use the music.
Okay. Who knows? One never knows.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We talked about this before, though. I never really watched this show before. This wasn't something that was in my repertoire of television series to dive through. So
that's still so weird to me that you didn't watch this.
Yeah, I don't even watching this. I don't know the dynamics of the characters, like who's friends with who. I always thought Kate and Drew were a couple, but not in this episode, apparently.
Yeah, not in this episode. There is a period where they are a couple.
Because I think I did watch one recently where they were dating. They were living together in Drew's house. And then when I watched this episode, I was like, why is Drew Carey dating Shirley Jones, the mom from the Partridge Family? And they were just age shaming this poor woman, Shirley Jones.
The whole time.
I did the math. I did some pat math over here. So Drew Carey would have been about 40 years old in 1998 when this episode came out.
Okay.
And they quoted Shirley Jones as being, 62 years old in this episode?
Something like that, yeah.
Not that big of an age range, to be honest with you. Like I didn't I didn't see anything wild about it. I don't know what your thoughts were on that. I don't know.
I feel like back then an older woman and a younger man was not seen as often. We have not hit the cougar era.
We're in a pre-cougar America right now.
Yeah, we're in a pre-cougar America.
Cougar ain't in.
So there's also aspects where, you know, she's just very similar to his mother.
Oh, well, the mom's Marion Ross, right?
Yeah.
Plays
Mrs.
the mom.
Cunningham.
Okay. Beulah, is that her name in this?
Yes.
That's the only name I remembered for some reason, other than Drew and Kate. Everyone else is just Ryan Stiles and Craig Ferguson to me.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so we went back to season 4, episode 13. Today's episode of the Drew Carey Show is titled Drew's Holiday Punch. It aired on Wednesday. This is a Wednesday show, December 16th, 1998. We're still in the wild 90s right now, you know, a good time for our television viewing audience. This is kind of our peak television, would you say?
This is like, we are teenagers, we are home most nights, because like, where are we
during the week
go?
at least.
Yeah.
My homework's done. I'm nestled in bed or on the couch or wherever I was watching TV that night.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I was watching this night. I know for a fact what I was watching this night. And I'm really curious what you're going to think of this night of television. So do you want to lead off with this night of television like you generally do?
Let's dive into this night of television.
And then we'll kind of do a quick cast dive. You can educate me on the inner workings of the Drew Carey Show.
Okay.
All right. I'm very curious what you're going to think of this night. We're going to kick off with our boys at the Alphabet ABC, 8 o'clock, a show we've done before, a show in which we've collectively apparently had fond memories of this show, but when we did this show for the podcast, we were both like, never again. We're never doing this show again.
Okay.
Any guesses? We've done it kind of recently-ish. I don't know about recently-ish, but it was a recent episode of the podcast because we haven't done episodes for like 2 years.
1998?
Yes. Just think back to the late 90s, sitcom on ABC.
Dharma and Greg?
Yeah, you got it. Dharma and Greg. Jenna Elfman, Thomas Gibson. Was he?
Yes.
Craig?
My Hotch! Okay. My boy Hotch!
That was his name from Criminal Minds.
Yes.
Minds. Yeah, we go back and listen to our Dharma and Greg episode. It was didn't we do like a Y2K episode or something? Or it was like a New Year's Eve or something?
Yeah, we did Y2K. No, we did. They went to have sex somewhere public during the Seinfeld finale.
Oh, that was it. I knew it was something big. So that would have been this year. Like that episode's coming up in a couple of months. So we're gearing up to it because it's 98, I believe, was the end of Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're well, actually, no, it would have already happened. It's December.
Yeah,
it would have happened. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Okay. Who cares? All right. Following Dharma and Greg, this is a show we've talked about many a time, but we've never done it. I don't even know if we've ever gone back and revisited it. I don't know if you've ever sent me a link saying like, hey, we're going to watch this show. But we've talked about it.
Okay.
It starred our friend Ryan Reynolds. Any guesses?
2 guys, a girl, in a pizza place.
Yes. Yeah, what is your take on that show? Have you ever watched it? Have you ever sat down and watched Eps?
I watched it when it aired originally.
Okay, so you're a fan?
Yes. I remember watching it because I remember Ryan Reynolds' character was in medical school and he was watching Port Charles and mentioned trying to like move like he was Joe Scanlon.
Oh, do you think it was one of those crossovers where they had to kind of
little,
be
like crossover line things to try and be like, oh, okay,
we got to promote this show kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Synergy. It was Synergy.
I remember Tiffany Amber Thiessen was on it.
On Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place?
Yeah, I think so.
She was a cast member? No, she would have been on 90210 at this time. She would have been on 90210.
I'm pretty sure she was on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
She was not on that show. She would have been Valerie Malone right now. Like tonight, she would have been Valerie Malone. Literally, because it's on tonight.
I don't know. There was somebody who looked a lot like her then.
The fact that you thought that Tiffany Amber Thiessen was on two shows at once is blowing my mind right now. It's sending me. It's sending me places. Stirring me in ways that...
Stirring you in...
I don't know how to explain. Yeah, she was not on that show, by the way. Not on that show. Not an actress.
No. But you know who was? Nathan Fillion.
I did know that. But not Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I can't wait for all the hate that you get for that. It's coming. It's coming. All right, 9 o'clock, the Drew Carey Show. We'll get there. 9:30 is a show that I watched all the time, and I still kind of watch it. I don't think it technically was still kind of on until, 3 or 4 years ago. Had a long run based on a British series of the same name. Came over here, was on Comedy Central for a while.
Oh, whose line is it anyways?
Yes, also starring Drew Carey. It was an improvisation show, and Drew Carey would throw out suggestions. Ryan Stiles was on it too, and they would have to act out skits or whatever and just try to be funny. Wayne Brady, I remember Wayne Brady was always on it. They brought it back to the CW, and it was Aisha Taylor. Is that her name?
Yeah, it was Aisha Tyler.
Tyler. Did I call her Taylor?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, sorry, Aisha. I should have known that. But it has finally ended. I think they canceled it a few years ago when the CW just decided that they just were gonna just completely rebrand themselves, and I don't even know what they're doing anymore, to be honest with you. Now they're gonna get bought out by Netflix, maybe. I don't know what's going on.
I don't understand what the CW is doing these days. They're all over the place, so all over the place.
I don't know. They lost all their DC superhero shows, and they just didn't know what to do anymore. Just didn't know how to bind their time.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen was on 8 episodes of Two Guys and a Girl and a Pizza Place.
As a recurring cast member?
Yeah.
All right, I take it back. I apologize.
I knew I wasn't crazy.
All right. Well, you know what? She definitely wasn't on it this year, though. Definitely not on it this year.
No.
How long was that show on till?
It was on until 2001.
Ooh, that's a long run.
Yeah, I feel it. 1998 to 2001. It's one of those shows that kept getting renewed, but they kind of kept putting it in these weird time slots, desperately trying to make it a thing.
Yeah, and they dropped the Pizza Place at one point, too. They got rid of the Pizza Place.
Yeah, then it became Two Guys and a Girl, and even that, it wasn't really just Two Guys and a Girl. It was 3 guys
and Tiffany Amber Thiessen for 8 episodes.
Yeah,
for 8 wonderful weeks.
Really wild and ridiculous.
So that must have been after 90210 ended, and she was done with it, and then she must have been done with that other show she did on Fox with Bill Bellamy and Jenny Garth's husband, the one about the car, there were cops or something. And I don't know. You know what I'm talking about though? Fastlane is what it was called.
I vaguely remember that.
That was a good show. I think I watched it twice, at least twice. All right. I'm excited for ABC 10 o'clock. This is an ABC News special, a special event.
Ooh.
ABC News Special presents The Presidency at a Crossroad. Any guesses what you think that's about?
This is 100% about the impeachment and Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, yeah. I am sure I was watching this. I am sure there were some good sound bites from this night. I'm sure everyone was talking about it the next day.
Oh, my God.
All the crazy shenanigans that our boy Clinton got himself into.
Oh my
So that's
gosh.
ABC. That's ABC. You ready for CBS? See what the Tiffany Network had to bless us
Yeah,
with
what did
tonight.
CBS have going on?
Uh, so they kick things off, and this is a show that I didn't. We must be at the end of its run, and they just moved it to Wednesday because I always thought this was a Monday night show. But The Nanny.
Yeah, this is definitely towards the end of its run.
Okay, it wasn't a hot commodity any longer. Fran Drescher
No.
was on her way out.
I think this is the point where Fran and Max had already gotten married.
Oh, and the magic just wasn't there anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Things were dwindling down for a good gal, Franny.
Yeah, because, like, oh, this is probably actually the season where they were getting married.
Oh, you
Or
think they were
no, this
ramping
is
up
the
to
last
it?
season.
So they were
Well,
already
because if
hitched
we're in
then.
December of 1998 and the show ended in June of 99, yeah, we're in the last season. She and Maxwell are married, and she's pregnant with the twins.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she was pregnant with twins. Good for
Uh-huh.
her. All right, following The Nanny. This I have never heard of the show. This does not sound exciting to me, but a show called Maggie Winters. Do you know this?
What? I've never heard of this.
Maggie Winters. Yeah, so this was one season show. It was on for 18 episodes. It starred Faith Ford. Remember Faith Ford? She was always kind of in things
Yes.
around this time. She played a divorced woman who moves back to her hometown with her mother, who is played by like an old-timey Hollywood actress by the name of Shirley Knight. You familiar with
Okay.
Shirley Knight? Because I'm not. I'm
I
not really
know the
familiar with
name.
her work. Not Shirley Jones, by the way. Not Shirley Jones. Not to be confused with Shirley Jones. She was one of those kind of old-timey Hollywood gals. Did a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things in the 30s, 40s, 50s.
She was in Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood.
Oh, do you know who she was in that? Because I've never seen it.
Um, you've never seen Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood?
No, I was for a second I was thinking of the traveling of the pants,
The
whatever it's
Sisterhood of
called,
the
the
Traveling
traveling.
Pants?
Yeah, that's it. Like the traveling pants movie. That magic pair of pants that looks great on everyone, even though they're all different sizes and
Yeah,
shapes. Yeah.
I read the book for that before I saw the movie.
What did you think of the movie?
The movie missed a lot of beats from the book, especially with Amber Tamblin's character, the one who stayed home that summer to work at the drugstore.
Oh, yeah. Poor thing. Stayed home to work at the pharmacy.
While everybody else is off having these adventures.
Did they make a sequel to it? Part two?
Yeah, there's 2 movies, and there's a bunch of books.
No, it's a whole series of books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did
Yeah,
not know that.
it's a whole series of books. It's the first movie that Blake Lively did.
Ever? This is her first role?
Yeah, that was her first movie.
Her breakout role?
Yeah.
How we all know and love her from? Or at least
Uh,
me, not
I
you.
mean, you love her. I don't. I think Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are pieces of trash. I'm Team Justin Baldoni.
We know that. We talked about that in a recent episode.
Yeah.
You blessed me because I didn't quite understand the whole drama of everything. It's still going on too, I think,
Yeah,
right? It's still.
we are less than 90 days until the trial.
So there's going to be an actual trial on this.
Yeah, there's going to be an actual civil trial.
I don't understand it at all, but whatever. Okay, sure. Just such a great use of the court system, right?
I mean, there's only so much we can do.
Someone's going
Apparently
down. Who
there
do you
were
think's
3
going down?
movies.
Of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
Yeah, it had 3 movies. Or wait, hold on.
Or is there one in
I'm just
production?
finding this.
Where you can get like an adulthood version of this?
Oh my god, apparently they're working on putting together an adulthood version.
Do you think they use the same pants?
Oh my god. I don't
Do you
see
think
how
they
those
find them?
pants could even survive after all this time.
That's a lot of washings, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to throw this
Especially
out
for a
there.
pair of jeans.
I have some old pair of jeans that are still kind of kicking though. They're They can be sturdy. They can be rugged. I'm guessing this isn't your normal Kohl's variety, like your little cheap ones. I'm
Yeah,
sure this
it's
is,
got to be like a
something a little...
good pair of jeans. I mean, they are magical jeans because they fit really well on Alexis Bledel, Blake Lively, Amber Tamblyn, and America Ferrera.
So, are they actually magical, or is it just kind of we just believe it kind of
It's
thing?
one of
Like,
those
is
we
there...
just believe it. There's got to for
Okay,
pants to look good on all four of those drastically different body types, they have to be magic.
okay. There's not a supernatural element to the movie, though, right? I can't remember, to be
No.
honest with you. Okay, like it doesn't get blessed in the beginning by like a I don't know, like a witch doctor or something, right?
Yeah.
We don't get a scene from, I don't know, like the 40s, and I don't know, some lady in Hollywood, some madam wearing a little headpiece is blessing it with her gift, her magical gift. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, something like nothing like that happens in the book or the movie that I recall.
Do you think they were bought with a coupon?
They were what?
Bought with a coupon?
Who knows? I think the girls
I,
found
I
them
want
at like a thrift store in the book.
I want to know the price. I wonder how much they paid, what the material is.
Yeah.
I need to know more. We need to do a deep dive into this. We need to, get the little detective story, little detective work out there and figure out the secrets of the sisterhood of the traveling
Yeah.
pants. And then maybe if we have time, we'll find out about the divine sisterhood of the Yaya. What was it? The Yaya divine sisterhood?
Yeah, the Yaya Sisterhood, the Divine Yaya Sisterhood, which is an amazing movie with Sandra Bullock and Ashley Judd and Shirley Knight. And oh my god, you have to watch it. You have to watch it. You will laugh. You will cry. Oh, I'm gonna have to go watch it later tonight.
Do you think this takes place in the same universe as The Secret Life of Bees? For some reason, that
No,
just sounds like it'd be the same type
no,
of movie to me. I don't know. All
no,
all three movies we've talked about, I feel like exist in the same universe. I don't know why.
no.
All right. Maggie Winters. That was Maggie Winters.
Yeah.
I don't care about her. 9 o'clock, we're gonna go hang out with our friends at 48 Hours. I'm sure there's a murder in Colorado going on at this time that they were trying to get to the bottom of.
Probably. JonBenet.
Do you think they were working on that at this time?
Yeah.
This, when was JonBenet? Was it 95, 96? I can't remember, to be honest with you.
JonBenet Ramsey was murdered December 26, 1996.
Okay, so we're 2 years out. Yeah, so we're probably still like wrapped up in that world.
Yeah, this would have probably been around grand jury time for the parents.
Okay. Yeah, all these shows loved that storyline for, I don't know, and they still do. We still get these
Yeah,
like
they still do.
updates.
I'm like, there's still episodes about this. There's still mini-series documentaries about this.
I never want to see another JonBenet Ramsey movie, documentary, series, podcast, YouTube clips, TikTok dissertations. Like, I'm done with this case. I'm done. I'm sorry, JonBenet Ramsey and the rest of the Ramsey family, but you overstayed your welcome in the world of true crime. Yeah, it's time to move on. I'm sure there's other dead bodies in Colorado that we got to talk about. That 48 hours to talk about.
Plenty.
There's people be crazy up in those mountains. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all those casinos that you guys have. It just kind of turns people into derelicts.
Oh my.
All right.
You're just
well, we're going to
jealous.
leave. I guess I am. I'm just jealous. I don't have casino. I only have a casino boat near me. That's it.
Which you're so salty about it.
It's not a great thing. I don't know. I've read bad reviews about it. I've never heard anyone say they actually liked it. So I'm just gonna avoid it. Just gonna avoid it at all costs. I don't want it to turn into like a Poseidon adventure type scenario.
Yeah.
Where the boat's upside down and I'm, trying to swim out of there somehow with Shelley Winters.
Oh my god.
All right. You ready for CBS 10 o'clock? See what they had to throw at us tonight? Chicago Hope.
That was still on.
Yeah, this show was on for a while.
I feel like after a season or two, we just forgot. Like, it didn't get anywhere near the attention it did early on. Because, like,
I don't
ER
think
got all
it.
the attention.
Well, ER was obviously the more flashier show, and they
Mm-hmm.
got the better guests. But I still think that Chicago Hope was the little show that could, because it had the. Was it David E. Kelly or was it Stephen Boncho, whatever his name was? It was one of those guys. I want to say David E. Kelly for some reason, though.
Yeah, David E. Kelly.
He had a lot of star power at this time, because I think we were definitely in Ally McBeal time at this time. We were definitely in the
Yes.
practice and whatever else he was working on this time. Picket fences, which is long gone, but it was still a thing, right? Kind of in the
Yeah.
recent
This is
memory.
definitely, like, his time. Like, if he had a
Yeah,
period of time, late 90s, early 2000s was it. Was, like, his
this was it.
real pure time.
He still does things, though. He's just...
Yeah, but, like, right now, I would say if any TV producer is, like, at their peak, it's Dick Wolf.
You think so? You think he's still
Yeah.
churning them out?
Dick Wolf has Law and Order SVU, Law and Order Organized Crime, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and FBI.
What do you think of the whole like the... what's the other one? The NCIS universe.
That one's
They got a
fizzling.
bunch of shows. No, they have they just came out with a new one, right? Like a
But it's like a
they have
prequel.
yeah, but they have
And, like,
another one. It's like NCIS two guy. It's like a guy and a girl's name.
that's to satisfy the shippers of that couple.
But it's still cooking.
And it's on Paramount Plus. It's not on CBS.
Okay, well, whatever. Who cares? All right, you want to go over to NBC, see what they had to throw at us tonight?
What did NBC have? Because I am so confused by this night.
This is a very interesting night for NBC. I feel as if the order of shows are off tonight. They like the shows make sense, but they're in the wrong order.
Yeah.
And it's gonna confuse you too, because things kick off at 8:00 with Dateline. Dateline is on at 8:00.
That's so early for Dateline on a weeknight.
Yeah, and then it follows up with... guess what it follows up with? Take a guess. Just take a wild guess. This is a show we've done, a show we love, show that we sort of regularly talk about from time to time.
News Radio.
No, Third Rock from the Sun.
Okay. Oh.
All right. But isn't it weird to just kind of have Third Rock from the Sun on after Dateline?
After Dateline, that so doesn't make sense.
No,
in
it
a
doesn't.
programming stance at all.
I double checked the TV guide, and that's what it said. So, and then 9:30. I sort of remember the show. Do you remember Nathan Lane ever being in a TV series on NBC, a sitcom?
Oh my God. Okay. Story time.
All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm ready.
17-year-old cat is flying from New Jersey to Colorado with the layover in Chicago, okay? So,
okay.
New Jersey to Chicago, and then Chicago to Colorado Springs, okay? On the plane, I remember listening to this dude talking about the new NBC lineup, new shows premiering in fall of 1998. He's talking about Nathan Lane's show and how bad it is. And just trashing it. The whole way.
The stranger on a plane.
Like these two strangers talking, and I overheard it. And this is like a core memory I have from 17 years old.
Do you think it was us from the future on the plane talking about that show?
No, because the guy was in a suit.
Well, why can't I wear a suit on a plane? How do you know I don't wear suits on a plane?
No, I don't see you wearing a suit.
All right. So that was a show called Encore Encore, and it was Nathan Lane's, I guess I was gonna say triumphant return to television, but I don't think he's ever done television. So I think it was his just comeuppance to television.
Like I feel like this is post Birdcage, so people were
It
trying
is.
to like give him something.
Give him a project.
Yeah. And like wasn't he on Will and Grace
Yeah, he's had
as Pepper? Or no,
he's
not
had
Pepper.
appearances. I can't think of the name of his character, but didn't
No,
he?
I don't think it was Will and Grace he was on. It was Modern Family.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was Pepper on Modern Family, like their
Yeah, he was
friend,
Pepper on
right?
Modern Family. And then he did do recently a like one season sitcom that was
On
on
Hulu
Hulu.
with
Um what was it called?
I
It was
can't.
called Mid-Century Modern.
Yeah, and it has what's her name? And she just passed away. She's like one of our. She always plays the mom on like sitcoms from like the 70s
Linda
through now.
Lavin.
Linda Lavin, and Linda Lavin like passed away like in the middle of the show, so like they have a
Yeah.
whole. She's a big character on the show. Then all of a sudden, like the next episode, they're at her funeral. I did watch that. I did watch that episode actually. I'm not gonna lie. It has
Yeah, it's one I haven't sat down to check out, but
it's actually kind of funny. I actually kind of enjoyed
I
it. It
figure
was
it will
kind
be
of
because it's from the guys who made Will and Grace.
it has Matthew Bomer, is that his name on it as well?
Bomber?
Bomber, is that Boner? Bomber? How do you
Bomber.
however you say his name? Yeah. He's on it too. He's on it too. So anyway, Nathan Lane's 1998 show. This is a wild premise. Do you know the premise of this show?
I don't recall what it is.
All right. So he played an opera singer who was about to have his big break in the opera world, but then he has some kind of mishap with his vocal cords, so he like loses
Uh-huh.
his voice singing wise, and now he's forced to retire from the opera world and go live with his family at a vineyard in Northern California.
That doesn't sound like the worst place to go.
No, but I just think it's a wild premise though. If you
Mm-hmm.
sit down and break it down, like
Yeah.
what if this show is a smash and hit, how would they have spread that out over, I don't know, 8 seasons? Like how?
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make a lick of sense. But I mean, I guess yeah, it's not the worst place you can go to, but you're Nathan Lane and you're on the verge of your breakthrough, and now you have to go hang out with your shitty family in a vineyard
Okay, fair
of all
point.
places. Yeah, I don't know who his supporting like his supporting roles were, but I'm sure it wasn't anything great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It was only on for a couple of weeks. It got canceled very quickly. I don't I don't think I remember seeing ads for the show, and 16, 17-year-old me just had zero interest in the show. Like
Right? This
nothing
was
was
not
appealing.
something we were ready
Didn't catch my
for.
attention. No, like I wasn't expecting like a one night on NBC where every show takes place, it all crosses over. They were not going
They
to
were
the vineyard in
nowhere
Northern
near being
California.
part of this world.
Not at all. Not at all. Um, all right, you ready for the cake topper, the Wednesday night cake topper on
Yeah.
NBC? You have to know what it is. If you don't, I'm just gonna stop recording right now and just replace you.
Wednesday night, NBC, 1998.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing that's been on Wednesday night forever. if you, I mean, it's still probably on right now, today. Some version of it. Some version of it. Maybe not this specific series, but
Mm-hmm.
an offspring, one of their demonic offspring.
I cannot think of what it is. I'm
You
gonna kick
literally
myself.
just said that. You literally just said the name of it like 2 minutes
Oh
ago.
my
Law
god,
and
it's
Order.
Law and Order.
I was like, you are gonna kick yourself, so please do.
Yeah.
Please do. All right. Do you need a palate cleanser? Do you need a palate cleanser? Because I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you what I was watching tonight. This is 100% what I was watching tonight over on Fox. Over on Fox, 8 o'clock. Beverly Hills 90210 and Party of Five. It was that block.
Okay. That tracks.
100% I was watching both of these shows. You may have been watching the WB, though. I feel like you were watching the WB tonight.
Wednesday night, 1998?
Yeah. I feel like you were over there. You were going up a creek without a paddle.
Yeah, it was my boy Dawson.
Yes, which I always thought was a Tuesday night show, but I guess it was on Wednesday night this year.
Yeah, so it's 1998. I'm living in Colorado, but we get the Chicago station that airs the WB primetime lineup. So I could watch Dawson's Creek at like 6 p.m. And
then
then
you
at
can watch.
7 p.m., I could go watch the Drew Carey show.
Okay.
Or whatever.
You weren't watching Beverly Hills tonight? You just skipped out on that whole phenomenon?
Yeah, because we're getting near the final season, and I was just done.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Brandon's probably gone by now.
Yeah, once Brandon was gone, I was 100% out until the finale.
I'm sure Kelly already chose her, over anything, over the wedding when she's like, "I choose me."
Fuck off, Kelly.
Because I think that was the spring of 1998 when that happened, and then we got
that. Yeah, he left in episode 5 of this season. So like once he was gone, I was out.
Yeah, he was. I think it was a sweeps episode too, like a November sweeps, because that was his departure. But hold on, Dylan might have come back. Dylan might be back right now.
Yeah, no, because Kelly soured whatever was left of it for me.
And you know what? Tiffany Amber Thiessen might be on her way out too, because I think she left just after Jason Priestley, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like she didn't last very much longer, and Brenda's already long gone. She's nowhere near coming back.
No, not at all. She gone. And then I don't know what was going on in Party of Five. I have no idea what's happening tonight. Julie was somewhere being the worst. We know that.
Yes, because Julia is the worst out of all the Salinger siblings.
This might have been the season where she was in that abusive relationship, maybe.
I think so, because we would be season 5.
What was that guy's name? Scott Bairstow? Scott Bairstow? Is that guy's name?
Ugh. I don't even remember.
There was something problematic with him, too. I think he's in jail for something. I think he was like a child molester or something, if I remember correctly. They ended up coming out years later, like years after the show ended. Oh, but 1998.
Oh yeah,
so...
this is the one. This is the year that she's involved with Ned, and he's trying to keep her like in his own little world and away from everybody else.
Yeah, Ned was the abusive boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
And this is where Owen's starting to like become an actual person.
Yeah, they changed the app. We have the second Owen by now, I think, right?
Yeah.
We're on Owen 2 right now. Tall Owen, large Owen, big Owen.
Yeah.
Did we already get Jennifer Love Hewitt's spinoff at this point, or is that like next season? Is that a year out?
I think this is the year she was gone.
So she was off having
back.
She was off having the time of her life.
Yeah, she was off having the time of her life.
In New York City, looking for a mom or something like that, I think.
Because she's gonna come back later at the end of the season.
After the show got canceled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought her back over. I think that was in her contract.
Well, there's one more season after this because Charlie and Kristen haven't gotten married yet.
Yeah, they bring them back together, right? Didn't they break up for a little bit?
Yeah, that was not a healthy relationship. None of the relationships on this show were healthy.
Yeah, we got a I want to say it was like Paige Turco, I think, was on as a love interest for Charlie at one point, and this might have been that year.
Well, there was the stripper Daphne, who he like gets involved with.
I don't think I remember Daphne, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to go back and look that one up because no memory of that. All right.
It's been a while since I watched, but none of these relationships are healthy. They're all terrible.
And they're all the worst. They're all the worst. Except for Bailey's wrestling coach. We loved him.
And Claudia. Claudia is never the worst.
I don't know. I always thought she was annoying.
And I feel like anytime Claudia got near being ridiculous, when you look at all the shit she has to deal with from her family and her siblings, you can't blame her.
So you think she was kind of like tertiary the worst, but not the worst, but like trembling towards the worst, but never gets there. Never quite gets there.
She never gets there.
She was just more annoying than anything, though, to be honest with you. Especially when she was younger.
She was
like
also the young kid that could remember their parents, where Owen couldn't.
Yeah, Owen had no recollection.
As far as Owen is really concerned, Charlie is the only father he knows.
His only father figure. I don't know. Like, Charlie was kind of out of it for a while.
Well, yeah.
Charlie
like
was
I said, they're all...
He had Hodgkin's for a while, so he wasn't in the picture for a little bit.
And that's kind of where Bailey sort of stepped up a little bit.
But then he turned into a booze hound.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to know what Owen's up to today. What's our boy Owen up to today? How did he turn out? I need to know.
He's probably the one running the restaurant now.
Did Amy Sherman Palladino do the show? Or is that somebody else?
No, it's somebody else.
Someone else? Someone named Amy. Amy Lippman, maybe? Is that a name? Does that sound right?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
I just remember always seeing created by Amy somebody. I don't remember who. Who cares? Anyway, we talked about Dawson's Creek. Following Dawson's Creek is a show I was definitely watching this show. If I wasn't watching Party of Five, if for some reason I didn't feel like watching a Party of Five tonight, I might have been taping Party of Five, but I was definitely watching this show. Charmed was on tonight.
See, this is where Shannon Doherty was.
Yeah, this is probably season 2. Who cares what season of Charmed this is? Because it was a season of Charmed. That's all that matters. It was on. It was on tonight. Shannon Doherty was definitely there.
Yes.
Rose McGowan hasn't yet popped in the picture, and Kaylee Cuoco is years away from being on the show. Decades away, because the show was on for like 100 years. The show, I thought the show was going to outlive me, but it didn't. It ended. One day it ended. And we did. Did we do the last episode or like almost the last episode?
One of the almost last episodes.
Oh God, what a horrible episode it was that we did too.
Yeah.
All right. On a scale of 1 out of 5 unsolved mysteries in the state of Colorado, how many unsolved mysteries in the state of Colorado would you give this night of television? Because I'm not impressed with this night.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay.
And it's just barely getting that 3.
Yeah, I'd give it the same. I mean, these are shows I watched for the most part, but...
I mean, I definitely watched Dawson's Creek this night. I definitely watched the Drew Carey show. I probably taped Party of Five.
And watched it the next day, watched it in the morning.
Yeah, and then I definitely watched Law & Order.
You were up late watching Law & Order? You weren't you weren't going over to Chicago Hope and see what they were up to tonight? See what David E. Kelly had to offer? I for sure was just watching Fox and the WB, if anything. It was a flip between those two. But there was a 99% chance that I was watching Fox all night. But I did dip out of Party of Five at one point in time, so this is probably it. So I probably was watching Charmed, so I probably was going back and forth. So, okay. That's what I did. Who cares? All right. Well, now that we've painted the landscape of that night of television, Is it time? Are you ready to go to Cleveland? I think the show takes place
Yes.
in Cleveland, right? Cleveland
Let's
rocks.
go to Cleveland.
Um, I'm gonna start off before we even get into the show. We're just gonna kind of the theme song by the presidents of the United States of America. That wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
original theme song, right? There was another
No.
theme song.
There was another one um that Drew himself was singing. Moon's Over Miami or something.
That's
Moon
the
Over
one that
Miami.
I'm like, as someone who never really watched the show, that's the
Mm-hmm.
theme song I remember. I don't remember them running around yelling and it being all like fun and pop and punky. Like that
Okay,
does not.
so they had 3 opening themes. Moon Over Parma, that's what it's called. Performed by Drew Carey. There's the 5 o'clock World performed by the Vogues. And then Cleveland Rocks, which was performed by the Presidents of the United States of America.
Okay, but I guess the Cleveland Rocks is the most popular one.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I don't know because I always see clips of it on TikTok, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was for some reason I just thought that was like a music video they just made at the time. I didn't realize it was the actual theme song to the show. Like I
Yeah,
just
no.
thought the President of the United States of America made a like music video and like, hey, let's just put the cast of Drew Carey in this for no reason at all.
Yeah, no. It was the actual opening credits.
Interesting. Very it's very catchy. It's very catchy, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It what is the vibe of the show is just very it's very hard to nail down. I'm just because I'm trying to figure out who this show is marketed for. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
demographic of people is the Drew Carey show for? It's clearly not for teenagers. I guess just the 25
I
to
feel like it's
35
for
year old
just like that
demographic.
regular Joe working guy who works like just a basic job, very Dilbert like, because this is also the period of Dilbert. Remember the cartoon guy?
Yeah, the comic strip. And
Yeah.
Drew Carey didn't. I was gonna say, didn't Drew Carey do the voice of Dilbert on the cartoon? But he didn't. I think it was
No.
Daniel Stern, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think in my head, I always assumed. You
Well,
no wait. You
because
know why I'm go on.
because Dilbert the cartoon looked a lot like Drew Carey, the human being, at this time.
Is there an episode of the Drew Carey show where they turn into Dilbert characters? Am I imagining this? Am
I
I
think
making
you're
this up?
imagining it. There's a few times where people would like give him a Dilbert picture. He's like, haha, yeah, I get it. I look like this guy. That kind of thing.
Okay, and was this a show mainly for a male audience, or was this like who is watching this show? Is just what I'm trying to get at because it
Um,
wasn't me, and I don't know if my family watched it. I don't think like my parents watched it. To be honest
so
with
I
you,
know I definitely watched it. My brother
we
watched
established
it.
that.
But
Okay,
like it wasn't the show like you went and talked to your friends about the next day.
at lunch or something, or at recess or whatever.
Yeah, I think its core audience were like those adults who they had like a basic job, they maybe hung out with their friends a couple nights a week at the bar, like seeing themselves like get into wacky situations kind of thing.
Because this is a shenanigan type show, right? This
Yes,
is like every episode's like this.
they get into weird shenanigans and crazy situations and it's ridiculous 99% of the time.
And they work at a department store, right? This is what we've established.
Okay. So Drew is the assistant head of personnel for a department store called Winfred Louder. Um, it's just like this basic department store in Cleveland in the late 90s. Um, his best friend Kate ends up working at the cosmetics counter She gets hired in the first episode. It's between her and Mimi for this position.
Okay.
Drew hires Kate. And then Mimi gets, like, pissy and, like, threatens
Becomes
to
the enemy,
sue.
right?
Yes. I mean, this is a woman who shows up for a job at a makeup counter with, like, 5 different blue eyeshadows on. And to be fair to Drew, if I were trying to go get my makeup figured out for, like, my first real, like, good makeup, and this is the woman at the counter,
You're not
do
going to
you
her. I wouldn't go
think
to
yeah,
her.
do you think my mom's handing over $60 to this lady? No. Or do you think she's gonna hand
So
$60 over to Kate?
probably Kate, but so
Yeah.
the whole Drew Mimi origin story of them being sworn enemies is harked back to the first episode in which Drew hires Kate over Mimi. That's
Yes.
the origin story right there.
Yes, that's the start. And then Mimi
Okay.
ends up working as the secretary for the head of personnel. In the first season, it is not Mr. Wick, it is someone else. You never see him until the final episode of the season when he gets fired. You just
Who
hear
is
him kind of
Mr. Wick?
yelling. Mr. Wick becomes the head of personnel that is played by Craig Ferguson.
Okay, I was gonna say, is Mr. Wick Craig Ferguson? Because I got very Mr. Wick vibes from him.
Yes.
Like, if anyone could have been Mr. Wick, it would have been him. I'm just thinking of John Wick for some reason. Is this like John Wick's dad?
And then Drew also has 2 other friends, Lewis and Oswald. Lewis is played by Ryan Stiles, and Oswald is played by Judrick Bacher.
And they're kind of doofusy dumbasses. They're just kind of your. I'm guessing they've been friends for years, kind of guy.
Yeah,
they
like
kind of
this.
just did
The 4 of
broy
them,
things
Drew,
together.
Kate, Lewis, and Oswald, have been friends since they were like little kids.
So they kind of grew up together, getting wild adventures, and still hang out at
high
this
school
little
together, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, kind of hang out still.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's pretty much the main core cast, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then intermittently we'll get Beulah, who is Drew's mom, played by Marion Ross, who's actually in this episode. I can't think of the dad's name.
I don't think they said the dad's name.
He's very neurotic, and all right, so Drew has a brother in this episode.
Yes.
Who is he a cross-dresser, or is he a transgendered individual? Like, there's no explanation. Like, it just kind of happens in this episode that the brother shows up and he's dressed as a female. So I didn't know.
Cross-dressing, really?
Is this the brother's first appearance?
No.
Or is it okay? And so has the brother showed up in the show like this before?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, they
so this
consider him a cross-dresser.
Okay.
He shows up first time in season 3. And it's one of those things where he shows up and Drew doesn't know that he's a cross-dresser. And then Drew finds out. And it's like, oh. What do we... Because he wants to work at the cosmetics counter, too.
Oh. So, like,
cosmetics is apparently the hot spot to work.
I mean, in most department stores, it's like the Clinique counter. Isn't that like the moneymaker?
Yeah.
That's where you put your best salesmen.
Like Clinique, Lancome, yeah.
Yeah, all that hot stuff, like the perfume counter and stuff too, like fine jewelry. I feel like that's when you walk in the store, right? That's usually like what you hit first when you come in from the mall entrance. You usually come into that whole world.
Yeah.
And that's the attention grabber. You got those bright, shiny lights that are like in the little glass cases, and you got like all the workers, and they smell nice, and they're always dressed nice, and their hair's done up pretty. And they're doing all the girls' makeup for prom and stuff like that. That's coming up. And I don't know, wedding events, whatever may be going on in the world of cosmetics. And usually like the shoe aisle is like right next to it too. Like women's shoes is usually right there. And then sometimes the teenage girls departments right there too, or like ladies wear. What do they call it?
Yeah,
Ladies
some
wear. Yeah.
ladies wear.
I used to work at a Macy's like store, so I have the layout like perfect to my head. They had a name for it though that they called it. I want to say like a part of me wants to say formal wear or no, ladies formal. Is that seems like a
Yeah.
department. It's all compartmentalized, so like it shrinks down. So it's not just the women's department. You
Mm-hmm.
got like hosiery, you got the juniors department, you got kids, you got intimates. Yeah, that's what they called it, intimates.
Yes.
It's all broken down, and then the men's department is just the men's department. It's
Yeah.
not further broken down. It's just men's.
Just
That's
men's.
it.
They don't need to be broken down into a bunch of different categories.
And then depending on the size of the store, you might have like a luggage section too. And that's usually the little palate cleanser between the men's section and one of the ladies section. It's usually like
Mm-hmm. Or like the
the
bedding
little
section.
oh yeah, bedding. They called it textiles at my store.
Textiles. Maybe the
Which just
homeware
makes me
section.
ours was called housewares and small electronics. That's where I worked. I worked at housewares and small electronics. So they used to put because I was like, I don't know, like 19 or 20 at the time, and I was like a young whippersnapper, and they'd always put like the young men in those departments because there was
Mm-hmm.
always women that would come into like the housewares and small electrics, and I don't know, they would just be like turned on by this just man who knew about cookware, and I really didn't know about cookware, but I would just lie between my teeth.
But you could fake it to sell an electric mixer, huh?
Yeah. Like they'd always get like one old British lady. Like I had her name was Barbara. I remember that. She was a
Mm-hmm.
British lady. She's probably dead now, but she was like in her 70s at the time. She took a lot of cigarette breaks. I remember that. She was constantly taking a cigarette break, and I'd have to pick up the slack. Oh, and like I just remember we would have like coupon days. Oh, those are the worst. I hated coupon days because you they'd put these coupons on the newspaper, and they like
Mm-hmm.
everyone cut them out and they'd bring them in, but there's like on the back of the coupon in like tiny ass print there's like a million exclusions that it doesn't include, which is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
much everything in the store. So you would just spend you know I did short shifts. It was like 4 or 5 hours, but I just spend 4 or 5 hours just like having people yell at me because the coupons didn't work on anything.
Like, I'm sorry, I just work here. I
Yeah,
didn't
and they're like,
design
well,
them.
what they'd be like, "What does it work on?" I'd be like, "You can buy that little like clearance mug over there. That's already
Mm-hmm.
like $3, but now it's only going to be $2.98 with your 10% coupon." Uh, all right. So Drew works at a department store.
Mm-hmm.
We established that it's Christmas time.
Yes.
I guess you would think that it's Christmas time, they'd be spending a lot of time at the store because it's the holiday season,
Yeah.
but they don't spend any time at the store. And in fact,
No.
Mimi opens up a second business, a door-to-door tree salesman. She's selling Christmas trees door to door because there was some, I don't know, like issue with like the truck that delivered the trees, and all the trees fell off the truck, so now she had to like get rid of the tree. I
Like
don't know.
her
I didn't really
dad
understand.
was the truck driver, and then like whoever was supposed to accept the trees didn't. So he's like, now I'm stuck with all these trees.
So they're all taking time off from work to go door to door and try to sell Christmas trees to people in the town
So
they live in.
like Lewis, aka Ryan Stiles, his character worked at a pharmaceutical company. I could see him having time off
To do, yeah, like
compared
this is his time.
to Oswald, who works as like basically a UPS driver,
Who is delivering
or
packages, or
Kate
should be.
and Drew and Mimi, who work at the department store. Now, maybe Drew's department isn't as, like, busy as the others, but Kate should be out on that floor trying to sell the fuck out of some Revlon lipstick.
Oh yeah, they would be throwing overtime. They'd be making people work extra hours. No,
Mhm.
Drew. I think even if you are like the personnel person, like you're still busy because you're trying to hire seasonal help and stuff like that. So
Oh,
you're
yeah, and you have to
busy.
deal with all the, nonsense that comes up.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have the people that want the day after Thanksgiving off because they want to go
Mhm.
away on to see their family, and it's like no, everyone
Yeah.
has to work on this day, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, because
Or
this is back when Black Friday was gearing up to be,
legit.
like, psychotic, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember if you ask for that day off of work, like you're gonna get shot in the back
Mhm.
room. They're just gonna take you back, lean you against the wall, have you face the wall, Blair Witch style, like you're facing the
Like,
corner, and they're just gonna just kill you
say
because you
goodbye to
even
your rum raisin lipstick. You need to
yeah.
be
They're
pushing
like,
that shit at the cosmetics counter.
we won't give you the whole day off, but you got to come in for at least 4 hours. And I'm like, "Ugh, but I want to travel to here, before to have things.
Oh, no, no,
You
and
got to
it's
be
like, these
back.
are when the sales would start at, like, 5 a.m. or something.
Yeah, so you have to be there like middle of the night, like
Mhm.
3 a.m. to like, and the before Thanksgiving, you had to set up all the stuff. You had to like set up all
Yeah.
the everything. You had to make sure you had everything out. Like you couldn't have anything in the back stock room. You had to have everything on the floor. You had to have those hallways filled with merchandise. Like you couldn't even be able to move around the store. So
Yeah.
it's just a blew my mind that they had time to sell Christmas trees door to door in this episode. But that's only the B storyline. That's not
Yeah.
really it's not what we're here for. It's not what we came
No.
for. The main event. The main event is that
Drew has a girlfriend.
played by Shirley Jones.
Yes.
And I looked it up. So Shirley Jones is in like a handful of episodes. So like this
Mhm.
ain't her only episode. They've
No,
they've
shit's not.
already they've already gone on a few dates. They're still kind of
Yeah.
doing their thing, but
They met in, like, a night school class, like, extra education thing, and
like an
kinda
adult
hit it
learning
off,
annex type
even though they're,
place.
like, 20 years apart.
Do you think Shirley Jones was playing younger? They like de-aged, like they had her play younger in this.
I feel like she always felt younger than she actually was.
Because I
Like,
wasn't
even
really
on The
getting.
Partridge Family, like, was she really the mom of the oldest kids? I think not.
I I just didn't get because they said multiple times that she was 62 years old in this, and I
Mhm.
was like, okay, all right, I guess so, but or we're kind of on the tail end of the other end of the Golden Girls, where they were what, like 55 in the first season of the Golden Girls,
Yeah.
so it's I guess this is just how the world was then.
Well, I mean, Shirley Jones is 91 years old right now, so
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's right. I don't know, I can't do the math.
yeah, let's see.
Just do 1998 minus the year she was born.
She's 64.
Okay, so she was playing a little bit younger.
A little bit younger,
Nothing,
but yeah.
nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Mhm.
Okay. I just looked at her and I was like, you know what? She could be 70. I'd give her 70, like at the youngest. But I was like, maybe she wanted younger roles, and she's like, let's just have them say I'm 62. Okay, so I guess this is gonna be Drew and Shirley Jones's first Christmas together, and only Christmas together. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They break up
Um,
not too long after this episode.
yeah. So they just started dating, and he's gonna introduce her to his friends, and he has already given her the highlights of who his friends are. So she is not phased by them in any way, shape, or form when she meets them at the bar of the Warsaw.
And he's already told the friends, like the friends already know that she's an
Yeah.
older woman. Like they're aware and
they're gonna
they're
tease
getting
her.
their jokes out of the system. Yeah, they get all the jokes out of the system before she shows up for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, we're going to go back to my house now. We're just going to, have a wild night together, get ready for Christmas, kind of plot out what they're going to do and make their plans and whatever it is that Drew Carey. They were cooking. They were like making something with beer. They were making like a beer mixture of some sort.
Like
some
chili
kind of
or something.
Chili. Yeah, that's what it was. So, Drew does a stupid thing where he takes the beer bottle and he like flips it and catches it, kind of like Tom Cruise in Cocktail, like with the bottle of vodka kind of thing. And he goes to crack it open, not really realizing that it's a fizzy drink. So it kind of just spills all over the floor. There's foam and beer all over the floor. So Shirley Jones is like, oh, it's all right. I'll clean it up. You just, the doorbell rings. She's like, you go get the door. Just go get the
She's
door.
Like, I got this. You go get the door because it's your house.
Yeah. So he goes out into the entryway area and he opens the door and his parents show up unannounced.
Yep. Unannounced, home for the holidays. Oh, but this whole, the whole thing with his parents is always awkward because the house he lives in was theirs. So whenever they come back, there's this weird, this is our house ownership they seem to take over.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if that was your house for, I don't know, 30 years and then you moved to a little a warmer climate, you became snowbirds, you'd probably come back and just act like that house was still yours, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a normal reaction. Like, did they actually sell it to Drew Carey or did they just hand it to him?
I think they did actually sell it to him.
Okay.
But he pretty much kept it the same.
Yeah, I pictured they still have their bedroom, the same bedroom that they used years ago. I just feel it's still set up and there's clothes hanging and it's the same furniture in the room and stuff like that. But Drew, I guess he wasn't quite ready to tell his mom that he was dating Shirley Jones. Not Shirley Jones specifically, but an older woman.
Yeah, an older woman.
But now he's scared because he knows that Shirley's in the kitchen, and I think the mom's smells the food cooking, or she's trying to get into the kitchen, and Drew's trying to do a thing where I'm going to distract you and take you into another room kind of thing. But she's not having it, and she goes
talking about how he hasn't put up the lights or any of that stuff, and she's like, I really don't want to do that.
But the parents go into the kitchen and they see Shirley Jones is on her hands and knees. She's on the floor with a rag. She's got a little apron around her and she's cleaning the beer stain on the floor.
Yeah.
And Bueller just kind of assumes that Drew hired a cleaning lady.
Yep. It is super awkward. And of course, Celia, who is played by Shirley Jones, is not okay with this.
No, she's kind of well, that's not what your son calls me. And then Bueller's oh, I'm sorry, did I use an offensive term? Is cleaning lady not what we call them today? Should we call them something else now?
So awkward, guys. So awkward.
And the dad's just going along for the ride. He's just pulling out the punches. He's just making matters worse. He's almost kind of borderline senile to me. I don't know if you got that vibe.
There's definitely hints of that.
There's a touch of senility there. Or either that he's just been battered down by the mom after decades of just living with her. It's one of those two. Or both. It could be both.
This is a man who retired. None of his kids are married. Drew lives in the same damn house. And his older son is goddamn cross-dresser. And it's 1998. Can I just say that Gen Z would lose their shit over this?
You think so?
Yes.
I didn't think this was. I thought they kind of handled the cross-dressing thing in good taste. I thought it was tasteful.
I think they did.
I thought it was tastefully done.
However, the way Gen Z perceives things, they would be disgusted. But they're disgusted by
what?
like 99% of old sitcoms.
There is you know what though? There is a line though from the dad, and he's like, "Well, at least I still got my two sons." And then he looks over at Drew's brother, and he's like, "Oh, never mind."
Mm-hmm.
Like he stops dead in the tracks there. So,
yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm probably misquoting it entirely, but I could see that line somewhat being portrayed that way. But there definitely is a there. They're not normalizing it. They're kind of making it seem like that it's a wacky occurrence.
Yeah.
That it isn't something that should be easily accepted. So I guess I get what you're saying. Okay, but I thought for the most part it was tastefully done though. Like it wasn't horrible. Like there wasn't any bad
that the
terminology
character
used.
Steve kind of helped bring this to Middle America. Especially for a show taking place in the middle of America. I think it helps. But because a lot of times the whole gender identity, cross-dressing stuff is seen as very big city issue.
Okay,
not something
yeah, I get what you're saying.
You get in the middle of Cleveland, you know?
Is Steve a big part of this show?
Steve, he's kind of sporadic for a while. There's a point where he and Mimi get together.
Oh, I can see that.
And get married, and Steve actually stops cross-dressing for a period of time. And then he and Mimi have a child. And then Steve leaves Mimi and like goes to travel the world, and he's probably doing it in a dress. Because Mimi asks Steve to stop dressing like a woman.
Well, for lack of a better word usage here, I'm gonna say I feel like in that relationship, I feel like Mimi wore the pants.
Yeah. Let's be real.
And I think she would wear the pants in any relationship, whether it be like a couple relationship, a friendship, a work relationship, just any kind of thing. She's that kind of person. She's strong-headed. We'll say, like I guess she's the original Karen. Would you say? Like she's kind of the origin story of a Karen.
Actually, like if you go and watch the first episode, she totally is a Karen about Kate getting the job over her.
And you even said she tried to sue the store.
Yeah, I think
to get a job.
There's definitely a lawsuit at some point. I don't remember if it was that or she just like made a big deal about how conventionally attractive Kate got the job over her.
Oh, it was okay. What was the name of the Kathy Kinney? That's the actress who plays Mimi. Has she been in anything since then?
She's been in like a few things here or there.
Because I remember seeing her out of the Mimi makeup at the time, and like I was like, wow, that's her. Like that's what she looks like.
Yeah.
Like it had to have been horrible, just to completely almost like change your identity, like the way you looked for like a television role like that. It's just so like it could just
she's done a few things,
limit your career. Like I feel like this role just limited her career output. I don't know.
It's very like she's very identifiable in that role. However, outside of the Mimi makeup, she is not as identifiable. That makes sense.
Yeah, like would you even know it was her? No,
like
you
you're
wouldn't.
Like you look familiar and I can't place you. And I'm looking at her IMDb, and she had a guest starring role on an episode of American Housewife. She was on an episode of Baby Daddy. I definitely saw that episode, and in no way at any point in time did I realize that was Mimi from the Drew Carey show. She was on an episode of a show called Love Bites.
Yeah, she
which,
regularly works. She was also I guess Drew Carey had another improv type show called Improvaganza. She was on that. Um she this is wild. She's been on episodes of The Price is Right as Mimi Bobek.
oh my God.
Yeah, I mean she's out there.
Yeah.
She exists, but as I said, you just wouldn't recognize her in anything
Yeah.
else. So it's just strange to me that
And prior
this
to
became
the
such an
Drew Carey
identifiable role for her.
show, she was consistently landing guest roles on shows.
Well, she was in season 8, episode 14 of Full House. She was
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bedrosian, Bakersfield PD, Boy Meets World, Grace Under Fire, Seinfeld, Step by Step, The Larry Sanders Show, Dream On, Newhart.
She was in Scrooged.
I was just gonna say she's the IBC nurse on Scrooged, which I did not know. She didn't do a lot of film though. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
her film work is very limited. But oh, I remember who she was on Arachnophobia. Oh my goodness,
Mm-hmm.
good time to be alive. All right, yeah. So there's a whole world of Mimi out there that we just don't know
Yes.
about. But I remember at some point during Drew Carey show's run, I don't know if I saw it on like Entertainment Tonight or just some kind of like documentary news magazine type show. I remember they showed her like out of the
Mm-hmm.
Mimi uniform, and this show did live episodes from time to time, right? They
Yes.
did episodes live. Okay, I specifically remember them. Like it must have been Entertainment Tonight was at on the set, like doing the prep work for the live show, and I remember they
Mm-hmm.
interviewed Kathy Kinney before, like she put in on her Mimi makeup for the night.
Yeah.
And I remember being so confused and blown away because in my head I just assumed the actress just looked like Mimi all the time.
She just wore that blue eyeshadow all the time. Just
Yeah,
because she
and just
liked
like
it.
and those wild, colorful like Mimi outfits, like almost like a
Yeah.
muumuu kind of thing.
Yeah.
It,
Oh, and I forgot how well she like really colored in her eyebrows too.
yeah, she
Because
always
you don't
looked
think
like
about it because of all the eyeshadow.
someone that would have been on like WWF wrestling, like one of the divas, like
Yeah.
the non-conventional looking divas, like not like the pretty attractive ones, but the real scary ones they brought
The
out
ones that you're
sometimes.
actually like terrified are gonna hurt you.
Yes, like there was a female wrestler. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but like she reminded me of that. Or just like remember that episode of The Simpsons where Homer wanted to go on disability so he gained like 200
Yes.
pounds? I just picture that too. That just reminds
And
me
then
of
he had to
Mimi
work
as
from
well.
home and he couldn't even handle that. He just had to sit at a computer and like press one button every like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and he got that little like duck
The
dropper
duck
thing.
desk toy thing, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just hitting the button on his computer, and then the computer messed up, and then it just like almost caused a nuclear reaction
Yep.
in the town of Springfield. For a small town, that town is almost blown up many a times.
For real.
All right, so um, we don't just meet Shirley Jones. Doesn't just get introduced to Drew's parents. We kind
No.
of go to the other end of the spectrum here because Shirley Jones has an adult son who's basically
Yes.
like the same age as Drew Carey. Like they're
His name
basically
is
the same
Chip.
age.
His
Chip.
name is Chip.
And who is he played by?
Danny Bonaducci.
Yes. So stunt casting all the way. They brought in the Dooch, brought him in. He's kind of a dick in this episode, which I guess
He's like a major dick.
Bonaducci
He's not even kind of. He's like the biggest dick in the episode.
he shows up. Does he come unannounced or was it planned that he come? I think it was planned for him to come because I think
Okay.
Shirley wanted.
So, first, Drew and Celia spend the night at her house. And Drew goes downstairs to get a snack. after he and Celia had a little fun together.
Oh yeah,
And he's
Drew's
in the
wearing one of
kitchen and he meets Chip, who is like, "Why are you in my mom's robe? Like, what the fuck?"
yeah,
You
because
know?
Drew throws a line like, "Hey, like we just finished doing something a little dicey, and I couldn't find my pants, so this is the first thing I threw on."
Mm-hmm.
Could have been worse. He could have been standing down there like butt ass naked, right?
For real.
I mean, this is
I mean,
ABC.
it is a little embarrassing that he was in a very silky, satiny nightie with like the faux fur trim for like
Oh,
feather
I love.
boa trim.
Yeah, it was like that, like kind of champagne colored, like that pink champagne colored
Yeah.
as well. It was wonderful. So
Very
yeah,
old school.
So Chip, played by the Dooch, he is livid. He is just like, "Why are you here? Why are you banging my mom? What is going on, mom? Mom, you got to get rid of
Yeah.
this guy." And then Shirley's just like, "Whatever. Like he's a part of my life. Like he might be your dad someday."
It's
And he
so awkward.
And he even has this kind of childish remark. He's like, "Fine, you guys can date, but I'm never going to call him daddy." And he like storms out of the
Right?
room.
It's perfectly like a 1970s sitcom kid response.
Well, I mean, Danny Bonaducci, he was like the youngest kid on the Partridge Family, right? Like, wasn't that kind of like who he was on that
No, I
show?
think there were some younger ones.
I can't recall, but I just always
Yeah,
associated
there
him
were a
as
couple of
being
like smaller ones. Like he was the middle kid.
but he was kind of like smarmy and jerky on that show
Yeah.
too, right? Like he was
Yeah.
playing that character, right? Just being
Hmm.
as a grown up. That was the whole vibe.
Yeah, because there was a younger brother and a younger sister. So Danny Partridge, played by Danny Bonaducci, was like the middle kid.
Okay, so he had like classic middle kid syndrome, I guess.
Yeah.
That was kind of his whole thing.
Hmm.
Um, I just I guess Danny Bonaducci needed something to do. He had to fuel his drug problem somehow. So I'm sure he got paid pretty good for this.
I feel like this is in a period where he was kind of like, we were in that 70s nostalgia
Renaissance.
area period, and you would get stuff with him, you would get stuff with um the brothers, like people from the Brady Bunch, that kind of thing.
Yeah, people are always appearing on that '70s show. I think Danny Bonaducci, I'm pretty sure, is on an episode of that
Oh yeah,
'70s
he did.
show.
He was the manager of the fast food place that Eric worked.
Okay, and Mary Noss is on it too, right? She was on that '70s show
Hmm.
as well. Played
Yeah,
the
she
grandmother?
played Red's mom, who
Red's
hated
mom. Oh
Kitty.
yeah, the grandmother. Yeah, of course. She was just like, this was that time of year because like we're kind of at the end of the '70s Renaissance here. Like it's winding
Hmm.
down. We're gearing up to have like a whole '80s extravaganza, which never has really stopped. Like we've been like Renaissance in the '80s since like 2000, like the early 2000s,
Hmm.
and there's been like I think there's been like pockets of '90s Renaissances, but I feel we always end up back in the '80s somehow, and I don't
Yeah,
know why.
we haven't fully had like a 90s, like,
We've
again,
had like
Gen Z
brief
keeps trying to
ones.
bring 90s fashion back and act like it's brand new.
Like we got like old Navy commercials that had,
Hmm.
like TV characters from the '90s on it, but we haven't had a full blown '90s renaissance because even like that '90s
No.
show, it only lasted what, 2 seasons and like a couple
Yeah,
of episodes a season, so we didn't really get to like get the full bread and butter. Like we never got an
yeah,
episode with
I'm
like Alanis Morissette
devastated.
on it.
I'm devastated by the way, Netflix.
It was not a good show, so I completely understand why they killed it. Completely understand. You tried to make me watch it, and I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I can't get into these kids. These kids are, I wasn't alive in the '70s, but I definitely watched a '70s show and go, okay, those kids are like believable that they lived in the 70s, but I'd watch that 90s show and I'm like, no, those kids didn't live in the 90s. They know nothing. They're just like
Yeah, there were
trinkets.
parts that just didn't translate well.
Yeah, nothing of that show had me clamoring for my childhood.
Well, there are a
Like
few
things were
times
all
where I was
wrong.
just like, that's not right. Like, that
Yeah, everything
definitely
was wrong.
wasn't.
But I think that 70s show was kind of like the same way too, though.
Yeah.
Like nothing was completely accurate to the right time frame. It was just it happened in the 70s. It's just a mishmash of 70s. It's a hodgepodge
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
It's kind of like on the Goldbergs, how everything's not accurate either. It's kind of like
It's
this.
not a specific year. It's just
Yeah,
1980
it's just kind of like
something kind of thing.
this hazy memory of the time.
I think that the narrator even says it on the Goldbergs, like he doesn't remember things specifically.
Yeah. He's like, it's
He's
1980
not.
something.
We could have been doing this. We could have been doing that. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Was Devo Whip It big at this time? I don't remember, but I remember hearing it at one of my school dances. I don't know if this one, but in the
Yeah.
sake of my flashback, it's going to be. All right. What else am I missing in the Drew Carey show? I have to be missing something.
Okay, so Chip has a bad reaction to Drew boinking his mom. Understandably.
I mean, yeah. Makes
and
sense.
then Drew and Celia kind of have to break it to Drew's parents that they're dating, because mom still thinks that she's the cleaning lady, and she's like, I'm not the cleaning lady. I'm Drew's girlfriend. And she loses her shit.
There's a moment where like Shirley and Marion Ross are trying to kind of like they're sitting down together at the kitchen table and just trying to like have a conversation, like, you know, maybe that they're just going to allow this to happen. And they realize they have the same like references. Like they grew up at the same time. They know who like some obscure actor was like 40 years ago because they both had a crush on him. And it was just, it's like, oh.
Shirley Jones's character has like this nice Christmas brooch that she got at a store that closed decades ago. It just happened to be that it closed the year Beulah was pregnant with Drew.
Yeah, she says that because she's like, oh, it's been years since that store closed down. I think I was pregnant with
and then
Drew
it's awkward
at the
and
time. It's quiet for a second,
when they're trying to
and
make
they're just looking at
Christmas
each other
dinner together. And Kate and Lewis are kind of hanging around because Oswald's out with Mimi trying to sell Christmas trees on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, who's buying Christmas trees on Christmas Eve? I love
Nobody.
it.
And just because they still have a ton of trees to sell, and they didn't sell very many. And like they tried to sell it to a guy whose wife cheated on him, and tried to sell it to the wife who cheated, and
Then they try to sell it to Mr. Wick. We don't really get a resolution to that whole like B plot. Like, there's no like, hey, did Mimi manage to sell all the trees kind of thing? No, like it just kind of.
No, she didn't sell the tree. Okay, so there's a scene at the end that shows
with all the trees. With all the trees, I remember now. Okay.
But so it's Christmas Eve now. Cecilia and Beulah are working on Christmas dinner. Drew and his dad are like setting up in the other room. Kate and Lewis are hanging around and they get kicked out. And, things are just kind of like awkward and tense everywhere. And then, Steve shows up dressed as a woman. It's his first appearance in the episode. At this point, the audience is expecting it. Like, he just shows up. He's like, hello. And like he makes a comment to Drew about like the attention's not going to be on him. The disappointment's not going to be on him this time.
Yeah, because normally everything kind of revolves around Steve being the center of attention. Yeah. And now Drew's dating Shirley Jones.
Drew is the bigger disappointment at this point.
I love it.
They're waiting for Chip to show up. Kate and Lewis have made some hors d'oeuvres, which are just like Pringles. But she's like, my angel wings.
Yeah, I was gonna say she calls them angel wings, and Drew's like, they're just Pringles.
She's like angel wings.
She's insistent.
Like, we got kicked out of the kitchen.
I'd still eat them.
Same. And then Chip shows up, and like the first person he sees is Steve. And he's drunk because he stopped at a bar to try and like kill as much time as he could before he had to be there without his mother like killing him. And he makes like a nasty-ish comment towards Steve. And then like he's just an ass. Just like
he's
a huge ass.
Not a likable character. I don't know. Like they could have it was Christmas time. They could have given him some comeuppance, right? Like have there be kind of like a learning point for him, but there isn't. He's just kind of he comes in as a dick and he leaves a dick.
Yeah.
He probably, you know what? I bet you they did this, like they shot this episode and then he just like got in his car and drove over to like That 70s Show set and did his episodes and then just like this all happened in like the span of, a week right here.
Yeah. Then, they're setting down for dinner. Celia and Beulah are kind of like just existing. And the dad is like, Beulah, why don't you give a toast? And she's trying to hold her shit together. And Chip makes another snarky comment and she loses her shit. She's like, do you think I like that the closest thing I'm ever gonna have to a grandchild is you? And like just rips into the whole fucking thing. And it's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Well, that's pretty much the episode, I think, right? That's pretty much. Yeah. There's no magical moment. I think the dad, sees Shirley Jones and Drew Carey going at it, but that's about it.
Like, the family just kind of has to accept that they're together because they're not going to just break up because you guys don't want them together. They're grown-ups.
I mean, they're going to break up in, like, the next episode, or at least the one after it. They only got Shirley Jones for, like, 4 weeks, so she ain't sticking around forever.
No.
And if for whatever reason, things do work out, it's not going to go good for her for a while. She's going to kind of start slowing down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Things are going to kind of slow down.
So they're just kind of like, we have to just like, it just is. We're not going to we can't break them up. Like, they want to be together. We just kind of have to suck it up and hope that it ends.
I mean, technically, there's nothing they can do. I mean, they're both adults. It's not like Drew's a child. It's not like he's a teenager, and they can be like, "I forbid you from, seeing her."
Exactly. Like you just have to just deal with it and accept it. And then we find out where Mimi put all the trees
in the backyard, in Drew Carey's backyard.
Yes. It's like where a forest now.
Yeah, are they just going to rot back there until spring? Like, is that just kind of what's going to happen now?
I guess it's just going to be a slow rotting.
They're just
it's so cold in Cleveland.
There's going to be needles, little pine needles everywhere in like a couple of months. Yeah.
She's got some mulch places for Speedy, his golden retriever, who's on like a wheelchair to go pee.
I just don't. I don't think in the next episode. I don't think we see the Christmas trees. I think they're probably cleared them out somehow.
It's sitcom. He probably was like, Mimi, get these goddamn trees out of my backyard.
I mean, they'd probably make good firewood. You can kind of chop them up, right, and just kind of use the wood.
Yeah, probably.
Just get rid of the the trimmings on it.
I mean, even then, the trimmings.
Yeah, you can still burn them. Like it's just gonna smell weird because the pine needles will be a little smoky. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. You can have a little bonfire outside. Don't they hang out outside sometimes?
Yeah, they do because they have the pool table in the backyard.
Yeah, so like they can make.
And there's a while that the garage was a brewery.
Yeah, they could have a little hangout, like a little fire pit, and kind of sit around there, and I don't
Oh
know,
yeah, in
bring out
2025,
the
it would be a fire
TV.
pit that they're hanging out around.
Yeah, bring out the extension cord with their TV, and they can watch the game on Sunday. Get together,
We're
save
the
some
Cleveland
money,
Browns!
so they don't have to keep going to the bar. All right. I'm curious what you're gonna think of this episode. Like, how many major age differences on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 out of 5 major age differences would you give this episode? Because I'm curious. I don't see you going too high on this one for some reason. I feel like you're gonna bring it down a little bit.
Okay,
Or maybe
so
that's me. Maybe that's me.
maybe that's you. So, it's not the most Christmassy episode it could be.
Nah, there's
But it's
no.
also not like Christmas is an afterthought of the episode.
Also a no, yeah.
So, and just as a episode of Drew Carey in general, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Okay. Way too generous, I think. I think that was. I did not really enjoy this episode. I don't know. I'm going lower. I'm going like a 2.5. I'm a whole like point below that. It was
Wow.
just I don't know. Like I don't think this show speaks to me the same way it speaks to you. I don't know. It's okay. Like I enjoyed it. I've seen other episodes, and I kind of remember the one we did last time where
Yeah.
they go on the vacation on Christmas, and that seemed like a okay episode. And I feel like I've seen like a few others here and there, but this one was just kind of dull. And what's the name of Ryan Saul's character? Lewis and Oswald
Yes.
are the two. I don't
Lewis and
like
Oswald.
them. I don't like them. They're just not interesting characters to me.
I feel like they bring out the worst in each other,
Okay.
but that's all they know is each other. Because they never, like, expanded to find other friends.
Okay. Yeah. And the Drew and Kate stuff is interesting. Like I can definitely see kind of a dynamic between those two characters, and I do kind of like the fun rivalry with Mimi, but um I think, as I said earlier, I said like the vibes on this show is weird to me, and it's hard to like. I'm trying to figure out, is this a show that's like intentionally trying to be cartoony, or is this something more grounded in reality? And I haven't quite figured out the
I
type of the
think it's
show
more
it is.
cartoony.
Okay, so like that's every episode's like that then.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the whole show. Okay. Maybe I just need to start looking at it from that angle. Maybe I need to go back to the beginning and just see how how the groundwork is laid out and watch it properly.
I mean, we can totally do that sometime.
Maybe that will make much more sense when I go 4 seasons in. Because I felt we've talked in the past. Sometimes you hit a holiday episode and it's a good like entry point to a show.
Yes.
If you've not seen it. But I did not get that vibe in that. Like I totally got like season 4, episode 13. There's a big history going on right now. And I was just trying to figure out like, are Drew's parents like on the show regularly? Is the brother
they kind of
on the
like
show all
pop
the time?
in and out. The brother has a period where he's very regular.
Yeah, so that's what I was just trying to figure out. Figure out the whole overall spectrum of the show. So I don't know. Didn't check all the boxes for me. Didn't hit any of the boxes for me.
Yeah.
Would I watch it again? Yes. Yes, I would go back into this world. I'm not going to like
I
shun
hope so.
myself.
You have 175 episodes recorded.
I do. And I got to go through them. Ever slow. It'll take me a long time. I might I have a big year ahead of me.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Are we missing anything in the world of Drew Carey? Is there anything that kind of is important to the history of the show?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'll take it. I will say that we know that Drew Carey has continued to have an illustrious career. He is the current host of The Price is Right.
Yes.
He has lost a considerable amount of weight, and he looks like a completely different person now. It's wild. I have I don't know. Did I ever bring this up? Did I ever tell you the time that I went to see Drew Carey perform stand up?
What? No.
And it was not what I expected. Like, he is a dirty working comic. Like, he doesn't water his material down. Like, it is vile. Like, he came out and he's like, just right off the bat, just started just dropping these like very colorful jokes. And he's like, if you came here to see like what I talk about on The Price is Right, you came to the wrong fucking place. Like, he said that like right off the bat. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever happen to see Drew Carey doing stand-up comedy somewhere in the world, maybe at the casino that you're going to go to someday, drop what you're doing and go to it, because it was very enjoyable. I don't remember any specific jokes or what he talked about, but I do remember laughing a lot and just being blown away, because I kind of went into this as an afterthought. I was like, I don't know if I want to go to this. Like, I don't want to pay the money to go see this. This just seems like too much. And then I ended up enjoying it, and I had like a newfound respect for him.
Was it... Would you say it's more disturbing hearing Drew Carey be dirty, or more disturbing hearing Bob Saget be dirty?
I would say Drew Carey, because one, I wasn't expecting that, and for Bob Saget, I have known that for years. Like, that wasn't a surprise to me. Like, he had pretty much had been like that the whole time. It's just that Full House was just the show he did, in which he just played someone the opposite of who he was.
Yeah.
So that would never surprise me.
Okay.
But Drew Carey did, because I didn't know what to get. I wasn't sure what I was expecting. Good point, though. Good point.
Yeah.
Great counterpoint.
Like, just for like kind of a reference idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I get it, because like, yeah, Drew Carey, he's just like this, in this show, he's just like this middle-aged guy in Cleveland. There's nothing dirty. There's nothing scandalous.
Yeah, he's just quirky. It's just like a quirky little show. Yeah. And even on the Price is Right, he's very formal. He speaks well. I mean, I guess it's a game show. Like, you can't come out there. But I mean, like, on Family Feud, what's his name? Steve Harvey kind of plays a little wild, though. Like, he kind of he takes it up to the next level.
Some of the answers they get on that show are wild.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, so I'm just like, it's daytime game show. Like, Drew Carey can go a little crazy if he wants, but I think the audience for Family Feud and The Price is Right are two different groups of people, though.
Oh yeah, they're drastically different, I think. The Price is Right is like that comfort show when you're homesick. Like, you just want to be curled up on the couch, drinking your ginger ale and eating your saltines.
I remember, it might have been like 2 years ago at this point now. The last time, I want to say the last time, but a recent time, I went back to go visit my grandmother. And when I showed up, she was watching The Price is Right. And she definitely watches the show on a daily basis, because she explained like the whole mythology of the show to me that day. Because I came in and she was telling me that this episode is currently a rerun. It's on like a break right now, and they'll like new episodes will come out in like February or something, and that, you know, they record so many at a time, and then they play all the new ones for a certain time, and then it's reruns. Like, she knew like the whole lineup. Like, she knew everything. She knew the games. She knew the prices. She knew the models that come out and everything. Like, she knew it all. Like, she is a part of that world.
Yeah.
And I just got a lot more information about The Price is Right than I ever intended to, because I wouldn't say I was like a daily watcher of the show. I was a casual watcher because we were at school.
Like you put it on when you're there.
Yeah. And I didn't really seek it out in the summer that much. Occasionally I would.
Yeah.
Wasn't a daily watcher of it. Wasn't a daily watcher. But I was more into it when I was sick. I don't know why.
Yes.
When you were sick.
There's something about that show when you're homesick that's just comforting. As
and I
people
still
are trying
kind
to
of do it.
Guess the price of rice-a-roni.
And every now and then, because they do primetime episodes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever watched them, but sometimes I go into it and I'm like, you know what? This is a completely different show at night. It
feels
you can't
so
watch the
different.
Show. It feels wrong to watch it at night when it's dark outside. It doesn't feel right.
I have to bring this up. Drew was on season 18 of Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, I did not know that.
He competed against Billy D. Williams, Cody Simpson, Nene Leakes, Danica McKellar, Charlie White, James Maslow, Candace Cameron Bure, Amy Purdy, and Meryl Davis.
What year was this?
This was 2014.
So this is pretty much like more than a decade ago.
Yes. This was a spring season. This is coming off the Winter Olympics. That's why we have Charlie White, Meryl Davis, and Amy Purdy, because they were all.
I'm assuming they're athletes. I have
Charlie
no idea
White,
those
Meryl
names.
Davis earned gold in ice dancing.
I do not know those names.
But this is actually like one of my favorite seasons because it's just like a balanced season because we get DJ from Full House and Winnie from the Wonder Years, plus Drew Carey.
How far did Drew Carey go into this? I feel like he was an early boot.
He was eliminated 4th. He was the 5th to leave the show because the first 2 people who were eliminated were athletes whose I don't even know what they did. Then Billy D. Williams withdrew 1 week. So nobody got eliminated because he eliminated himself.
You can eliminate yourself?
Yeah. And then he lasted longer than Cody Simpson, who is like one of those little teeny bopper type guys back then.
I just remember the only time I ever watched Dancing with the Stars was the episode when, like, that 1 week that Misha Barton was on it. That's the only episode I've ever seen the show. And then she survived the week, right? And then she went home the next episode. Was that it?
Yeah.
Like the next week? Okay.
Wasn't
she made
the
it
same
to week
season
2.
that Dream Man was on?
I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't even know he was on there, to be honest with you. So probably not.
It was the week. It was the weird season that they didn't air on ABC. They only aired on Dancing on Disney Plus.
Oh no, like the Misha Barton one's like a long time ago. This was like 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Like, I want to say like 2015 or 2016, I want to say.
Okay. I thought it was more recent.
No, this is the longest time ago. All right. Where can you follow our Wild Ass Adventures, Kettle, said the author? Where can you follow us?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast, and then you can find us on the other socials at A Very Special Podcast. All spelled out. Don't accept imitations because, guys, I'm as petty as 50 Cent.
Oh, you're going to make a documentary? Maybe that'll air it on ABC?
Well, don't give me a reason to. Don't give me a reason to.
You can find you in the club, bottle full of bub. And as always, girl, as always,
bye!
Watch the skies for all the smoke that is probably coming from the pine needles that Drew is burning in his backyard. All winter long.